Hi everyone, welcome to an exclusive interior tour. I'm Vabis and I'm joined by Eugene.
Bankai, Tensa, Sanketsu.
And we're about to explore this gorgeous interior project.
Hi, Eugene here. I'm so excited to share more with you about this entire home renovations that we did. This is an HDB EA apartment that we totally refurbished and retransformed into something that would entirely suit our clients' lifestyle and design needs. Let's go.
Let's go. So Eugene, what's the overall theme for this renovation?
For these renovations, we did it in the Japandi theme, and we wanted to reconfigure the entire space for our clients.
Oh, amazing. And what about the different design inspirations here?
Generally, to be in flow with the Japandi theme, we wanted to make sure that the house, like any EA, to remain spacious, yet at the same time cozy. And this space that we are in is actually half of it belonged to the foyer and the other half the entry into the old kitchen. What we did was we totally tore down the wall separator and we opened it up to be like a dry pantry kitchen kind of thing, and then seamlessly flowing into the wet kitchen.
Super thoughtful.
We used different elements and materials. Like if you follow me here, we've created this glass divider. Main goal for the client is that she loves to cook a lot, and when she cooks, she still wants to feel part of the entire space of the house. That's why we have all these glass over here, so she can still interact with her family while she's still cooking in this whole space.
That's really functional and well thought out, actually.
Yeah, and as you can see, there's actually quite a lot of carpentry that we are building both on our left and right. Certain things that we want to incorporate into the design but not be too loud or make the clients feel claustrophobic are hidden doors. So behind you are two hidden doors, one leading to the common bathroom and the other leading to the yard area.
Standing here, I can really see why the client wanted an open layout.
Yeah, for this space, it's really crucial for practicality to be the main point. As much as we wanted the entire house to look in sync with the theme of the Japandi vibe and all that, we wanted to make sure that the sink area, the stove, they are all, in close proximity, and at the same time, a lot of countertop space.
Definitely.
Yeah. In this area, the client's breath was really important because our client really loves cooking and she cooks a lot, does many types of different cuisines. So what we wanted to do is make sure that we reconfigure it according to what they want so that day to day it could actually fit into the lifestyle.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And one of the things that we did right here was previously, because she likes the openness of space, yet at the same time, whatever that's going on in the yard is kind of private. So we wanted to create the privacy for them, hence the hidden door, like I mentioned just now.
Okay.
And also reconfiguring the common bathroom so that when guests are here, they don't have to cross into the yard to enter the bathroom. They can just access it from the outside.
Yeah, that's actually so much better. We're here at the main living area. How did we actually revamp this space?
Generally, like we saw in the foyer area, we opened up everything, and flowing into this space here, we wanted to create a full carpentry storage for them because it's quite a big family and they have quite a lot of things to store. And through this carpentry, to not make the space feel so heavy, we created different variations of the carpentry. Like you can see some open shelving for display, some are semi-open, closed, and later on you would see that there's even like a little counter for them to still have some display and storage at the same time.
Okay, makes sense. What about the different design elements? Like I'm noticing the moon here, it's really interesting.
This moonlighting is one of my favorites in this spot. The entire wallpaper behind it is actually something we created especially for the clients. So the prints that you see, they are designed by us, and it is meant to blend in together with the light.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And more than just that light, you can see that throughout this space, there are many different layers that adds to the coziness of this space. You can see in the ceiling, there's also multiple different types, the spotlights, the integrated LED lights, around the carpentry with also the bottom LED lights.
That's amazing. I can see how the light really brings out the openness of the space as well.
One of the areas that I love about the living space is this balcony area. Here is a space where we actually kind of integrated the practical part with the aesthetics, where you can see some shelving display and then as well as chest of drawers.
I think this would be my favorite spot to hang out in the morning and start my day, have a cup of coffee and just look outside, enjoy the natural sunlight.
That's the best feeling in the mornings, right?
I agree. So this is actually the main dining area. I feel like I would also use it as a secondary living space when there's like a big gathering going on. I'd probably bring my friends here, watch TV while everybody else is chatting over there.
Yeah.
It's super, super sensible to do that. Looking around, I'm also wondering what's actually behind that hidden door over there.
That is actually the helper's room. That space, we did it kind of like a future-proofing as well. So right now, it's for the helper to live in. But at the same time, as the kids of our clients get older and they move out, so this space would become sort of like a man cave for the husband.
Okay, wow, that's really future thinking.
Yes, because like we will go to the master bedroom shortly, you would see that they actually have quite a number of things that they want to fit into that space. And it can get a little cluttered sometimes, even though right now we kind of reconfigure it out. However, still it'll be better if one of those functions move over here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's go over there.
Welcome to the master bedroom.
Hello.
Okay, tell us more about this space here.
For this area, we wanted to create the master bedroom to be more on a multi-purpose space where both the husband and wife can fully utilize every corner of this room, yet not feel cluttered.
Right, makes sense. How did you achieve the cozy vibe that's going on here?
We wanted to be more Japandi, just like the rest of the house. As you can see, right, for example, on my left over here, there's styling items like the lights, some of the features such as this mid-tone wood blending in together with the whites of the house, of the room. So this is kind of setting the mood for this whole cozy Japandi feel.
Okay, makes sense. I'm super curious. What material is this actually?
This is actually something to mimic rattan, but we wanted the design to be sustainable. So that's why we didn't use actual rattan, because we wanted it to be long lasting. We don't want it to be easily stained, maybe susceptible to warpage. So laminates on plywood would be the perfect material, yet still giving to the vibe of the house.
Sounds incredible. Amazing. So what did you guys do with this space here?
Typically for HDB bathrooms, they are really small to begin with. So what we did here was we extended out the space so that we have more areas for the vanity and as well as the shower. And in this entire space, if you notice, the wall and floor tiles are the same, except the shower area, we used a darker variant. This creates contrast and volume in the entire area so that it does not feel too small and cramped.
The stone sink looks really interesting. Would love to know more about that.
That is actually one of the highlights that I really love about this bathroom. If you know more on the Japanese style, their themes, they are very into the nature, natural kind of elements in a space. So for this, it's actually an entire stone that's carved and used as the basin.
Wow, that's really cool. So Eugene, I remember the clients mentioned that they wanted an open yet cozy space. How does the Japandi theme tie into it?
Generally, I would feel it boils down to the client's brief at the very beginning. So the things that they said to us, I usually tell clients not to overgeneralize, like you don't really have to pinpoint a theme to it, but kind of what type of elements do you want in your home, what type of vibe or feeling you want to achieve. So from the brief that they gave us, they wanted something more lighter tone, they want it bright, and then also they are not opposed to having light to mid-tone wood to contrast with the white.
Right, so normally you get the brief and then you would work together with them, existing homeowners, and then figure out how to come to a theme.
Yes, I would say in interior design, it takes both parties to really cooperate, to communicate for it to work out. Right. Generally, if they just want us to go guessing, it's a little hard because we don't know them from the start.
Yeah, and terms might be different for person to person, so it's better to nail down on concepts and then work from there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just by a simple color like white, there are so many variations and tones to it. So even if a client tells me, I love white, but we also need to dig deeper to ask, what type of white? You like the eggshell white, the grayish, you know? Yeah.
That makes sense. And how about the process for existing homeowners? What would you say is the process that you would go through normally?
The thing about existing homes, the tricky part is more of that people are generally really used to a certain space. They are used to seeing things a certain way, like maybe I turn right, the bathroom is here, the TV is there. And when they renovate their space, they usually want something different because they don't want to spend money and get the same thing again. But at the same time, they also want some kind of comfort. Like, I don't want too big a change. Like, this used to be the living area. Please still keep this as the living area.
Makes sense. So it's about getting a balance between the familiarity as well as new elements in the space.
Yeah, kind of like a movie rerun, you know, like Avengers 1, Avengers 2 type of thing.
Makes perfect sense. Back to this space, what is one element or something here that maybe nobody else would notice, but you're super proud of?
I guess the design team is really proud of the yard area. Because that space is one of the biggest change that we've made. Because initially it was a really cluttered space where even the guests have to walk through the laundry area just to use an access bathroom. And they also cross through the wet kitchen for that to happen. So most people who cook would tell you that they really hate their space being invaded by anybody when they're cooking, you know? Yep.
That makes sense, actually. Wow, okay, incredible.
Yeah.
Given that this is a pretty spacious and large space, how would you go about maximizing it, and how did you manage to balance all the elements here?
Generally, like you mentioned, it's really about balancing. We have to segment the house properly, so there's a lot of thought process placed into every design that we do. Example, in this living area, if you notice, all the carpentry is on the other side, and behind us is all the styling elements. So the clients can input their personalities. For example, like this wallpaper here, some decor pieces that they can play around and change over time. And then on the other side, we make sure to maximize the storage that they can get.
That makes sense. Thank you so much for bringing us through this gorgeous project. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and see you soon. Thanks.
See you guys. Bye-bye.